Alright guys, it seems that Nightbot is not doing pretty well with how hype everyone is. I would like to keep up the energy, so let me just give me a second, let me see what's happening here. I'm so sorry. But welcome to the stream. It is a top 8 stream. Wow, that was nice. Come on. We gotta slow it down here real quick, just real quick guys. Alright, disable excess caps. Alright, I have just disabled those settings. So welcome everyone to Vortex Gallery Online 2023. Can you believe it? We're here, and it says an hour and 26 minutes. That's a lie. We are here right now. No way. Cam got banned? Alright, no, look, chill. Anyways, I'm here, it's your girl, McDucky, and today I am joined by the one and only Sprite Star, legendary developer of the workshop community. Welcome! How are you doing today? Okay, you might have to redo that real quick. Apparently the stream could not hear you, but repeat.
Mic check.
Yep, mic check.
Chat, can you hear me? You guys can hear me.
All right.
Listen, it's been a very hype set.
All right, everyone is now hearing you.
Welcome everybody. Name's Sprite Star. Pixel artist, digital animator, OG dev of Olympia Lazuli, one of the Workshop 4. And yeah, I'm here to help commentate for top 8 in Vortex Gallery.
Wait, hold up. You're telling me that you're the developer for Olympia?
Yeah.
That's very crazy.
Yeah, no, it's super cool that I did that.
I'm honored to be by your presence, and I'm glad that you're here with me today for Vortex Gallery. But before we head into matches, we do have some sponsors that we have to thank for Vortex Gallery Online.
Yeah, we gotta pay them bills, so let's go ahead and read them off.
Alright, so thank you a lot for 956 productions. Vortex Gallery 2023 is 100 plus community tournaments over 4 weekends. 4 weekends! That's an entire month! So make sure you guys visit the website on the screen right now, vortexgallery.mo, for the full list of titles and the complete schedule of global events.
And that's not all. We also got the shop. The official Vortex Gallery online shop has returned, featuring new designs from Vortex Gallery Online 2023. You can check them out at 956pro.com/shop for a fresh lineup of shirts in all colors and sizes with international shipping.
Guys,
you can get them wherever you go.
You do not want to miss these designs. These are sick as heck. Like,
very much.
And of course, how could we forget our Matcherino, our tournament sponsor, for providing Vortex Gallery the space to get the community together and set up prize pool for all the tournaments here. If you guys would like to contribute to the prize pool, especially for Rivals Workshop, we appreciate it a lot. Hype this tournament up, or any other tournament you're interested in from the list before, please visit the Matcherino page, and you can also type in !Matcherino to contribute for Rivals Workshop.
Yeah, get in there and support the scene. But yeah, that's not all. We also got SQUAK. This is the 3rd installment of the Fraud Crew annual major SQUAK 3D. This year is themed after the 3rd dimension in more ways than one. You can't reveal too much, you know. It's gotta be a little secret, you know. But it's gonna be a full trailer just before the Vortex Gallery Dino Rex top 8 on Alex Alchemy's channel. So be sure to check that out. It's going down the night of Sunday, March 5th. So tune in if you want to learn about the exciting future of competitive gaming and SQUAK 3D.
SQUAK 3D? I'll keep that in mind. But lastly, Slash Back, coming to you in North California. An anime-focused 2-day event. Get yourselves ready, March 18th and March 19th at the Guild House. I love the Guild House. I wish I could be back there sometime soon, but I'll make it there next year. Alright, so they got the tournament lineup you've always been looking for. Standard registration ends February 28th, so don't miss it. Alright? Don't miss it. February 28th.
There is one more that we gotta get on, then we'll get back into the matches. Homebrew Heaven.
Smart! Get no!
No, it's fine.
They're gone!
Really?
Yeah, that is cut from the sponsor. Alright.
Oh, well, never mind. Don't worry about it.
A little bit rough start here, guys, but don't worry. We'll get into the matches right now. So, first off, we actually got... let's look at the bracket here. We got Lancon versus Nori in losers top 8. We also got LessTime versus Jordan, JM13. And in the winner's side, we got Sego, Ambi, Dakota, and BioBirb. These are wild matches and on top of the workshop list.
Yeah, very much stacked. It's going to be an exciting match for everybody. All these top 8 matches. Got a lot going on in here.
So let's get started with Lancon versus Nori. What do you know about these players, huh, Spar? Been keeping up with the workshop community lately?
Yeah, I poke in every now and then. I check out what the community's been doing, see how people be flexing with their skills, and we're about to see it happening right now. Actually, like some familiar faces for me right now, with this match still going on.
I mean, you know, everyone knows Harold. We all use RPG Maker once in our life.
Yep. Well, unfortunately, we're gonna get like a little bit of a rough start for them, but does not mean they're out of the game at all.
And we got Lancon on Donnie, a classic zoner character in the workshop. Very strong tools and, you know, classic moves from Eunice.
Yep. The inspiration is very much there, and I am all for it as a fighting game fan myself. But yeah, no, neutral is oh, he's going in.
But
nice.
Lancon doing a very good job just getting the percents here. And the best thing about Donnie is that even if you're past a very high percent, you can just keep going with all your projectiles at that point.
Yeah, he's a zoner in some cases, but he's more so of the spacing. As long as you have the spacing intact, you can play Donnie pretty well and get yourself out of most situations.
And from what we just see there, Lancon with the perfect spacing.
Just good damage, good range. If he wants to get something killed, he's gonna go in there and get it. That does not mean that RPG Maker is gonna be out of the fight at all. He is still swinging. Got a rep for the old engine.
Lancon has very good spacing right now, but boosting the wrong direction for that up strong.
Yeah, a little bit of a miscalculation there, but nothing else that you can't recover off of.
Alright, finally on the offensive here. Ooh.
And
managed to bait out the punish there.
Well. There we go.
Cashing in on all of those items right now.
Yeah, might as well. It's last stock. Might as well get it all. Alright, going back on ledge, avoiding.
Ooh, 99% here.
Yeah, but good DI keeps him alive. Just a couple of more hits.
Ah.
And unfortunately, it wasn't enough. But still a great first round.
Here to bite your own words, aren't you, Aspar?
Everybody knows about the commentator's curse. It's part of the job.
It's part of the job. And now we're here on the counter pick from Nori onto Rock Wall. Everyone's favorite stage, you know? I love Rock Wall.
It's always a great stage to bring into, especially once you're down to stock.
I see that Nori has picked in the camo colors here.
Yeah,
blending in with this.
You got to get in as much as you can get as of an act, and it's an advantage. Man, there's words that I'm saying.
And seeing the side switch here, I'm guessing that they disconnected during their first session here. Yeah, nice side B recovery from Nori, but still not back on stage.
Yeah, being able to outlive the ledge guarding. But I missed the parry, unfortunately. It gets parried in return.
Or the Lancon just letting him go back into his face. Giving Nori
Lancon
a
is very
free shot.
confident in his spacing.
Getting into the shop.
So free item from that. Didn't have enough for the next one.
Dark Claw, very specific choice here. Not a lot of choice, not a big choice that everyone goes to. Ooh, the up air. Catching his landing.
Trade one stock for another, now we're back to even up.
Ooh, nice
Nori
back
seems
air.
to be, yeah. Nori seems to be getting the flow in. The being in top 8 is not put any kind of like jitters on him at all. And just going along with the match as much as he can. Still gotta deal with that spacing with Donnie though.
What I find is that Nori actually goes well, particularly well with his own tempo. So usually, right now with Lancon playing a zoner, I think it's stopping him a lot from getting much momentum here.
Yeah, especially when you have to like play a little bit outside of your comfort zone because of how much range Donnie takes.
Okay, recovery
What's the
situation.
recovery?
Dark Claw, not doing much knockback, but that's damage.
Yeah, damage is damage, especially in like Workshop.
Going back into the dash. Back to the basics.
Well, hopefully the basic. Oh, hits him with the taunt. Gets the item.
174 here, so saying earlier, Lancon doesn't have to worry about their percent anymore. Whatever they're gonna get hit by, they're gonna die anyways.
Yeah, Lancon definitely has the awareness to be able to adjust to it. He gets hit with a straight hit and dies. But he has to make sure he recovers, and unfortunately runs out of options.
Missing the ledge just by a bit there.
Unfortunate. But still a good match between the two.
I agree. Very much agree. I want to see Nori get rolling here though. And we're seeing finally a character switch from Nori. Not confident in the shop. Maybe went to buy another character instead. So now
we'll
we're
see how this plays out.
heading in with Amaya, the snake girl of Workshop. Setting up the bubbles here. Similar to Rano, you can actually entrap your opponents into those bubbles.
Yeah, this was one of the characters that I didn't get much information about, but I believe this was by Mudkip, right?
Yeah, this is Mudkip, and they recently released an
Yeah.
update for them actually as well with the blue trim onto their shirt.
Nice. Well, it looks like the character switch is actually working out a bit better. Still having to deal with the spacing and the overall zoning of Donnie, but just the options that old Snake Girl has
Okay,
is
off
at least
stage.
something more. Recovers, but unfortunately, waiting for it.
Seems that bear is Lancon's best friend. Going for it again before getting baited out there.
Carries the bubble. Good awareness.
Oh, nice drag down, but didn't get much.
Yeah, Nori's trying to like play back a bit and try to get Donnie out of his comfort zone, but unfortunately that range is still as good as ever.
That up strong. Maya, a little bit being on the heavy side, survives. Not anymore!
Gotta love those heavies.
Sitting at 166. Nori needs to stock right now.
Yeah,
They want to prove
gotta
something.
Stay in the game.
Ooh, nice spike coming from Nori.
Beautiful spike. Momentum is still there. Gotta work on it a bit more, but I've seen everybody be able to recover from this kind of deficit. This is not a hard thing to ask for.
I believe in Nori. Okay, fair. Into the fair!
There we go. Just as I thought, the momentum is actually sticking around.
We love Rockwall and fairs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, now it's going back to neutral.
Hey,
Each player jockeying for position.
Lancon getting too overconfident here.
Yeah, those straight up strongs helped out a lot, but if you're aware of them, you can get around it.
Oh,
Especially a rock wall.
Jesus!
And there we go! Good recovery. Amaya is in the game, and so is Nori. You love to see it.
Finally getting a game off Lancon. See, you know, we believe in the boy Nori.
Yeah.
Never doubted in him at all. Now, going into game 4, finally seeing a different stage here in Spirit Tree. Personally, a favorite of mine.
Yeah, this is a good stage. But I'm kind of worried on, like, the walls on this. Like, the sides of the blast zones. It might be too much for Amaya.
Hey.
We'll have to see. The DI is definitely helping around it.
Seeing the fares from last game, I wouldn't say that Nori should be worried. Oh! Okay.
You should be worried about that ceiling, though.
Yeah.
That pretty early.
The ceiling is the dangerous part in Spirit Tree.
Comboing off the spacing with the puddle.
Lancon being way more careful here now, taking control of center stage.
Just being able to just maintain that one spot, be able to play in between the puddle.
I know we seen Nori did it before last match with the same spike.
Dunk. Just when you thought that things were gonna go down,
will he do it again?
Surprise down air.
Oh, no double jump and no air dodge. What?
Takes them down with him. What a way to end the set.
That's a thing?
Yeah. Yeah, no, like, if there's any way for Donnie to get in, that would be one of the best ways, especially on last, like, match point. You gotta close out the way the swaggiest way possible, and that's how Donnie does it. I'm sure that Donnie has a couple of more moves that we're going to be seeing in top 8.
Of course, of course. But now, Nori out of the bracket from losers. And now, we're going to see Lancon progress into the bracket. Dang, that was crazy to me.
Yeah.
And I think what we have next here is, we got LessTime versus Jordan. 8 millions. Love to see the boy. The guy who took me out of tournament. I don't know if I appreciate that, you know what I'm saying?
Well, he's gonna have to prove his worth, so we're gonna see how this goes down.
And we will.
Alright, we got the Bluey.
And we got the Yuto.
Yeah, Yuto. Both are classic characters in early workshop.
Very classic character. Actually, you bring up a good point. This is very retro for people.
Yeah. Even more so retro since we're playing on Tower of Heaven. But yeah, no, Yuto and Bluey has both been around workshop for a very long time, and both of them has gone through a nice like they've all have like history, just like all the other early workshop characters has. And you could definitely tell by like the old age versus the new, because this is a completely different kind of game that's been happening. It's more, you know, like footsie based, right? Like there's no even Yuto having like these giant like normals and these really good specials. There's still very much like spacing and being able to control the stage. Not to say the new characters have it, but that's kind of what we had in early workshop since everyone was trying to figure things out.
I'm still figuring things out myself. How do I get to Rivals 2, Spar?
Oh, geez. We'll have to find out on the next episode. Oh, we got a kill? Oh, jeez. Yuto's taking out the first stock. Took a little bit of spacing, but it does not mean Bluey doesn't have anything to deal with it. Bluey have plenty of options.
Yeah.
Matchup.
Being an all-rounder. Ooh, the dumbbell. Yeah, being an all-rounder, Bluey has all the tools that they need. Especially that enhanced neutral special is so deadly.
Nothing wrong with being a jack of all trades in this game.
Ooh, hopping out of that forward special. Detriment to Jordan.
Meteor is holding down the fort, looking out for the homies.
Bringing him back in.
Missing the up air, the up special punish. That does not mean that Yuto doesn't have anything else to deal with. Blue recovering almost uncontested. Probably a miss on a punish. But top 8 jitters definitely does have that.
Ooh, the
straight
forward
hit
air.
the kill. Unpredictable DI. I would have missed that too.
Yeah, we all get hit by it, you know. Ooh, the down special. Trying to grab them and dunk them into space.
Yeah. Oh, the fast fall.
That is a very classic mistake that we see in Workshop, but it is okay.
Yeah.
You know, I would have done it too. I've done it many times. My grandpa
Fast
done it.
fall Fast fall-itis does come for all, honestly.
Going
But
up to
it's
the
fine. We're gonna
second
get
game.
back straight into it.
Ah, the U stage. We love it here.
Yeah, Neo Jules Veil. Definitely one of my I love all the Workshop 4 stages personally. They all got a nice coat of paint for already good stages in Rivals.
I really love Yuto's. I mean, not Yuto. Palm stage a lot just because of that character sprite, just like dancing over there.
Yeah. It's very much a nice little treat that. But being more focused on the match right now. Really being able to
A lot of
kind of
paint.
like maintain that space.
Bouncing back and
kinda-
forth.
Yeah.
The meteor coming to save, but not really. Ooh.
Parries into 4 strong. Yeah, this
Standing
is very
still.
much a slower game, trying to get on that top moving platform, but misses it. Bit of a mistiming.
I think LessTime realized that, you know, they can't play too fast against Jordan. Jordan likes it, like, will excel at quicker decisions, but
Yeah.
LessTime just needs to slow it down, see what the patterns are evolving to. Nice fair. Meteor all the way to the top left.
And punishes the recovery. You love to see it. Bluey being able to stay in the fight has always been like a bonus to this character of picking them up. But yeah, now we're 2-2 on stocks. It's been a very even fight between these two right now.
Jordan seems to keep getting the lead here, no matter what. LessTime needs to do something.
Yeah,
Nice parry.
LessTime does have those haymaker attacks. It's messing up anybody, honestly. Like I would definitely get caught out of these DI traps, if you will.
Jordan excels at that, playing multiple games, such as HDR as well.
Yep.
Very well known with DI mix-ups.
Hitting with the meteor, now we're getting to some ledge guarding, and it actually succeeds. Psychs him out a little bit.
Not the SD again. Nice down special to get out of pressure there. Ooh, dashing up way too far for that parry to happen.
Yeah, just playing it safe, don't go out too far. May have the stock lead.
Every time Jordan gets a
There's
stock
like a
lead
meteor.
here, tries to go for the down
Now
special.
we're up. Is set point for this. Not even set point. It's just 1-1.
And 0-1 now.
Jeez. See, that's what I was talking about with these haymaker like combos, just going in as soon as the opportunity presents itself.
Very scary player, Jordan. That guy.
But yeah, no, we are 0-2 in Jordan's favor. LessTime still has plenty of time to run back this this set and stay in the bracket. Now we're on Merchant Port. Both seem to be pretty good on these like more open stages, having more like room to work around, especially with like Bluey's projectiles, Yuto's like really good normals and specials. It's just a good idea to be able to give yourself a little bit more space on both sides of the match here.
But I don't know if it would have been like a good choice for LessTime at the moment, just because Yuto excels more in the zoning side compared to Bluey, who has this like. Sure, you have the Gordo for neutral special, but not gonna help much, especially like that. Meteor can distract you anywhere.
Meteor projectiles has always been a good stage control option, even back in early workshop. And it is aged like wine.
Very fine wine.
Alright, just making sure that Ito gets in the spot, missing a little bit. But any missing these kind of combos with these two characters just means going back into neutral, and that's where these two characters excel in, and just like punishing any mistake that gets made.
Oh, that was a nice combo from Jordan.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Meteor did not have you back at that moment. Did that time?
Oh, Tata.
You gotta do it the one time.
Alright. Finally on the board here, getting a stock.
And the Meteor being killed by that one move. Louis not taking the center down. He's getting as much damage as he can get in. Try to even the stocks out.
This time still having trouble finding their footing here.
Uses the Meteor against him. Good awareness.
Nice parry on the forward special.
Yeah.
Jordan controlling the space very well once again.
Right in the comment.
Yeah, just
letting Jordan. Yeah, no, go for it.
Just letting Jordan get all the space here and the momentum. It's very hard to see LessTime doing anything about it. Yeah, going for desperate situations there, down strong, but not landing anything. Forward special into the up strong, and the DI drift left.
Yeah. Good awareness on Jordan. But that's a clean 3-0 on LessTime. Great match though. There was a lot of good things that's happening on both sides, but unfortunately, Jordan had the upper hand and moves on to quarters.
Yeah, LessTime and Nori out of losers bracket, but now we're moving on into Sego and Ambi. Now these are two classic workshop players as well.
Two classic workshop players and two big name workshop players.
And we're finally seeing Ambi actually not playing load and pull as what I expected, but actually Ayaka, their own character.
Oh, this is gonna be exciting then.
And if you haven't seen Ayaka, just remember that Min will never escape your line of sight.
Then on top of that, Madeline from a hit game Celeste.
We love it here. We love Celeste. Regina worked on this character very well.
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell the love and passion into these animations.
And we love seeing her. This is her first appearance at a major, and also Ayaka's as well.
Well, good first impression. Gets the first stock of the set.
I guess without Dan's retirement in Jeopardy, Sego's free from using Germa from last tournament.
Yeah. Now he gets to spread his wings and fly in his own pace. And it's definitely showing. Sego definitely like moving in and out.
Hopefully Ambi can move in and out too, because that character has a very good air drift that they're using.
Yeah, just gotta make sure you use those projectiles in good range to your advantage. But Adley seems to be a little bit more slippery than you'd think.
Ooh.
Oh, gets killed though, and charges up.
Top player DI, I can't get away from Upstrong there.
Yeah, DI is definitely saving Sego to getting out of these tight situations. 'Cause I feel like this character, once it gets you in the blender, you're staying in there.
Ooh, that up special almost killing.
Good awareness, though, being able to get out of that situation.
Ooh, the spike from Fair.
Yeah, Sego is definitely going in. Being able to use that burst movement. These really good fast normals as well.
Seems a very hard matchup for Ayaka here, just knowing that Madeline can just slip and having that 8-way dash helps so much.
Yeah. Movement has always been good in Rivals, but you never know it until you get overwhelmed by it.
Can't help it.
Yeah, being able to use that movement to get in and out.
Right now, Ambi just taking their slow pace here, not gonna help, especially when you're in the stock deficit. Uh-oh.
This is the charge, but it
Actually,
might still be enough.
Helping them out there actually with that axe. Uh-oh. Fair finally finding its mark.
It's now 1-1. Both characters are showing what they do best. And Sego and Ambi are both two skilled players to be able to adjust around each other's player habits.
Hey, the up tilt. Ambi's still in this game. The Fair. Ew, the down special grab, spiking them. Amazing showing from Sego.
Yeah, no, Madeline definitely has quite a bit of tools to deal with good range. But I've seen Ambi do some crazier things with even crazier movement.
Yeah.
So,
you want to see crazier movement?
Match.
You want to see crazier movement? You know, Ambi is there for you. Going with load and pull.
Oh boy.
Retro Workshop versus New Workshop.
Yeah. For those who do not know about load and pull, one of the first people's champs of early Workshop, and relatively recently got a much needed makeover.
Yeah, we got a low DE. Yeah, low DE.
Yep. But the mechanic of being able to push and pull in and out of the bird's radius was still preserved, tried and true.
It is such a sick mechanic, and I love the movement. Wow, being heavy saved them there.
A heavy with wacky movement as well. But Madeline's definitely fast enough to be able to catch up to wherever he's going.
Ooh, that up strong.
Gotta prep for it, right there.
Hey, the nice nair. The mix-ups here from Sego. The SQUAK aerials, helping them out so well. You can see their playstyle shine so well with Madeline.
Chasing them down.
Ooh.
But one parry changes the momentum completely.
Finally slowing down, but not anymore.
Misses one kill move for another.
Oh. Sego trying to start the blender again.
Yeah, maybe 3-1 right now, but that does not mean load and pull is out of it at all. You give magnetism just even a little bit, and it'll definitely get in the one hit needed.
Ambi finally getting the stock, but Sego still going with the same tempo. Finally getting parried and punished for it. Overextending too much. Ooh, missing the cannonball there.
Out of the ladder.
Oh. Uh-oh, no air dodge.
That would have been crucial to end the set.
Using those specials very wisely. Sego is showing no fear of load and pull.
Yeah, but load and pull is also having Ambi's doing a very good job of being able to dodge that crucial last hit to be able to stay in just a bit more to be able to close the gap. Using that using the magnetism to get in the most unpredictable ways.
Sitting at 150. Just needing a read here.
Almost got the tech chase. Both recovered, wasn't able to punish either or.
Yeah, Sego has a lot of like chances here. Still having an extra stock. Ooh, with the cannon. Bouncing up and down. The up special trade.
With the trade. Yeah, no. Even with all of that, Ambi has showed a bit more work than he did on the last match. Loaded definitely has something to deal with this matchup.
Yeah.
But, we'll see what happens in the third set.
But I don't think the confidence in Loaded Pole was there. So being a heavyweight, that's really hard to fight a fast character like that. So I think Ambi's gonna stay with Ayaka. Anime versus, you know, the last video games. We love it here. Ooh, matching Sego's tempo here.
Yeah, using those platforms to his advantage, especially with the new range that he has. Yeah, just making sure to be able to get in and out of the match. And but Sego's still using that like burst movement that he's always known for using. I've never seen Sego use a character in a slow manner. He
Honestly,
is very much the get in and stay in kind of player.
Sego has never been the one to disappoint in that sense.
Alright, good recovery to be able to do a tiny bit of stalling just to get off stage.
Finally, finding the mark.
The Haymaker Tomahawk gets it. I'm sure it's like an axe or something. I mean, Tomahawks is a version of an axe, so.
You're there. You're almost there. Anyways.
Yeah.
Ambi seems is having such a hard time competing with Sego's like tempo here.
Yeah. Once you get into that like suffocating gameplay like that, it has to take a much more drastic like change in tempo, which is Ambi is very much able to do so. He's done it before. Just has to find that rhythm.
Throwing the axes, but Sego finding the gap there between the axes. Very well done.
Yeah, the Sego is very much almost 80%. Oh, jeez. No, you gotta get out of there. Okay, cool.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, he's back in there!
Going for those crazy movements, Sego.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Being able to recover low as well because of how much distance Madeline can go. You definitely use that as advantage on this stage.
Uh-oh. Bear or another spike can take the Ambi's now. Another 20.
Okay, Ambi can do something with this, but he cannot make as many errors as he's done before.
I don't think he can make an error at all now. Ooh, getting jabbed
like
there.
one jab is enough, but like you can't fall into the up special or strong like that. Yeah.
Walking into a strong like that will end it.
Sego going up in the bracket 3-0 over Ambi.
An amazing showcase though from Ambi and Sego.
Just making sure that Sego reminds everybody that why burst movement is very important in this kind of game.
Now Sego sending Ambi down to losers quarters there, where he will meet Jordan J Millions. Very good set so far. But
Ambi has a chance to recover.
We're seeing so far what it seems to be a speed run in this bracket, which is pretty insane to me.
Oh yeah, they want that win. And I don't blame them. If I was in their position, I'd be fighting just as hard too.
Ooh, this is a very interesting match. We have, oh, not BioBirb, and Dakota, both playing Bluey.
Oh,
A mirror match. Very
I don't.
interesting.
I don't think there's been that many mirror matches that's been happening in bracket.
Or at all.
Well, this is a Vortex Gallery first. Bluey versus Bluey. This takes me back. This definitely was early workshop. It's like look into a time capsule right now.
What do you mean broken characters? What do you mean? As far wake up, you gotta release Olympia.
It's been a year. You gotta push it. You gotta push out the patch. People are still asking for movement speed buffs.
That's okay. So if you're having trouble figuring out who's who here because they're both keyboard players, the Levi, the beige and green is Dakota, and the black skin is BioBirb. Getting hit by the neutral special. You're playing with your food already, Dakota.
Oh my goodness. He's getting too lost in the sauce. I respect it. That is early workshop sauce too.
I'm getting stock well deserved.
Raids it as well.
You know, I think this is a fight for the character, you know. Dakota having proved themselves in Genesis and Riptide for the last 2 major events.
Oh yeah.
They gotta show like, hey, Bioverb, what are you doing, my character? This is mine. I know down special got nerfed, but
Jeez,
this is mine.
The stun and the back air, it seems. The great conversion. Being able to the double jump into that. But if one can do it, the other can as well.
Ooh, parry on the bear.
Getting out of there relatively safely. Having to recover again is a small price to pay. It's better than losing a stock. Especially at this high in percent.
Dakota was actually covering BioBirb very well there. And okay, you're never gonna escape that.
Yeah.
That move is haunting.
Down strong is very much one of those. You cover wherever you're at, that place is covered, and Bluey always excels in that.
See, my favorite thing about Blue is that down strong angle.
Yeah.
Angle 70.
Oh boy.
Never in my life will I ever be able to DI that move.
It really is early workshop, isn't it?
Going
Starting
back.
game 2 and they're immediately swinging. You'll love to see it. Neither player is going to be letting up on this. BioBirb and Dakota.
It's like this what is that like robot game where like they just punch each other? It's like rocket talking robots.
Yeah. No, don't worry about the timer. Just go.
Whose head will pop out first? You know, my bet's on Dakota.
But yeah, being able to get those those small combos and setting up for projectile set play is a very safe move. Being able to use the bomb Gordo to just be able to get where you need to be. Grating! Oh!
Are you serious?
What year is it? What year is this? You've gone back.
They have like neurons connected to each other, just like
Yeah.
they're like release a neutral special. Ooh, almost with that wave
punish. The sauce was there.
Dakota is a player that I've always been confident in, like their characters, always pushing them to the limits. You know, while other workshop players are safe on stage, like Dakota will always prompt to go off stage and beat you there.
You can't be able to deal with these kind of matchups and deal with these kind of offensive players if you don't just take the risk and go after them.
Honestly,
If you let them recover, that's more chances for them to kill you. You have to be proactive in this game.
that's what I would like to see more in Workshop, honestly, is for more aggressive plays off stage. I would love to see more clips, you know.
Yeah. And speaking of clips, being able to avoid that one.
Uh-oh, no air dodge.
Yeah. Charge up the end special.
What is
Fully
that?
charged.
I can't even tell whose bomb is who.
Gordo is one after another.
Oh, nice wave dash.
Yeah. Sometimes the clips that you want isn't the go off stage, back air to kill. Sometimes it's the sick movement just to be able to recover.
Uh-oh. BioBirb finally getting the good side of that trade with those neutral specials.
1-to-1.
Ooh. The dash attack was so smooth.
Being able to use that stun to their advantage. But Bombs is laying down the fort. Even just throwing it out just covers just such good ground.
Uh-oh.
Almost. I think he ran out of options to be able to get him at that height.
We're strong, almost killing. Next one for sure. Just shark shot. Or just that Gordo.
Yeah, no, that's Dakota 2-0 for BioBirb. It's always exciting to see more Dittos. Because you get to see the different kind of playstyles each player has, you know?
Oh, for sure. And, you know, it also comes just to character proficiency. Like, Dakota having played this character for a long time now. It just shows that, hey, can't really match my skill level.
I mean, there's something with like the age-old familiarity of a character, but sometimes looking at a character through fresh eyes can give you a bit more of an insight of what you can do with a character instead of flowcharting, you know?
Flowcharting, my favorite word.
Yep. Oh, jeez.
Ew, that early luck. Being always so brutal here in Vortex Gallery. Well, what has happened to Workshop play? Scavenging each other's guts for what?
I mean, when you're in top 8, that's where you gotta bear those fangs out, you know? You gotta hunt. You gotta get what you want. And Dakota's doing just that.
Yeah, you ever seen that meme? You know, brother, imagine your third monkey in Noah's Ark, and brother, it's about to rain.
I have not seen that one, but that sounds amazing. I gotta look that up after this. Yeah, no, Dakota is just making sure that he's playing it cool. He's playing it chill. Being able to adapt with the DI.
Oh, God, scary. Scary, these players.
Yeah. But BioBird is very much in kill percent. One stray hit just like that. And Dakota now has the advantage. Though 57% isn't that much to kind of like flex on with, but it's definitely something with the top lead.
It's kind of a lot when now it's a stock deficit and it's 57%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta make sure he doesn't recover.
No way.
He was dead. Well, it worked out. It worked out.
What are you cooking?
Fiber needed a clip. He had to stay in.
I think he's just farming for clips now. You know, it's like when you're going to a low-level dungeon, you're just like, you know, what more equipment can I get?
I mean, I respect it.
I love it. I love the sauce.
If there's any game to be
Ooh, there it is.
There it is. Unfortunately, you were lost without the sauce, and that's a terrible thing for anybody. So Dakota goes up 3-0. There's been a lot of 3-0s. Jeez.
You know, I believe in a world where we're not speedrunning through bracket. You know, I guess they're letting us go to sleep way easier. You know.
Yeah.
But up next, we do have the next contenders here. Ambi versus Millions. I hope you guys haven't forgotten about them just yet, because Ambi's pulling up the pool.
Yeah, both of these players want to stay in bracket. So we'll see which one of these players will be able to get back into get back into the thick of it. So we're about to see what's gonna go down here. Pole versus Yuto. Like, again, all these classic characters coming out. I do love the new blood. I love the new creativity that Workshop has had. But being able to go back and see all these like older characters and still being able to, you know, flex in top 8 in Vortex Gallery. You know, it just is a testament on these characters.
Honestly, you'll always be running around in circles. That's what I know.
Yeah. But Loading Pole taking the first stock over Yuto, but Yuto definitely has the options to be able to get in, even with the wacky movement. And be chilling out just a little bit, assessing the situation though.
And now this is the point where Ambi can actually slow down the tempo, you know. Having one stock over Yuto is a lot, and also since Yuto is a lightweight character, it can just chill.
Yeah.
Yuto can't approach that well compared to other characters. And that parry.
The parrying of the meteor was definitely the thing that was needed in that.
As strong as that meteor right
not
is.
going down without a fight though.
Jordan has never been the one like to be so emotionally stunted in Rivals.
Yeah.
They have a strong mental game. They will keep going until that bracket is over.
As I've always said in both my streams and outside of it, never give up, never surrender. I know that's a reference to a movie. I will not watch that movie.
Don't ask me where it's from.
Nope. It's my quote now.
I made it.
Yeah, fishing for the up airs to be able to kill off the top. But Jules Veil is a little bit higher than that. So,
what are more average side stages?
Being able to, being able to live through that. Paul using the magnetism to get in.
That forward special just hitting one part of it screwed Ambi up there.
Parry's a cannonball. Good awareness.
Jordan finding their footing here, but not as much. They just need to get this one stock and they can start rolling again. Missing the up special. Missing the punish! Oh, the forward tilt!
Unfortunate.
Love Loading Pole.
But yeah, the legend himself, Loading Pole, getting out the first win of this set.
And now a very scary situation. Rockwall. Rockwall is not the stage that I would assume someone would take Loading Pole in. That bear is very scary.
Yeah, that's a lot of space to work with. But Jordan has something planned if he's taking him there. So we'll see what the game plan is. Ooh. Maybe just like the little bit more range on the stage will be enough to set up your game plan.
Seeing that bear right there, almost killing Jordan with the wrong DI.
Yeah, right into the comet to get back safely. Using the projectiles from the comet as well.
I think Jordan's realizing just to slow it down here, just focus more on zoning. And let Ambi kind of hang themselves and then punish afterward.
Yeah, you have to play the game a little bit differently. You gotta punish mistakes. You can't just let Loading Pole just run up at you. Or
can't load and pull, load on the pole, I guess. Yes, yeah. I'm making sense.
Carrying the projectiles. Just being aware of the situation that he is in, and Ambi being able to punish with that. Not just being able to go in and out of the fight. Both doing a good job of making sure they keep their space.
A lot of boulder riding.
Yeah, riding the comic, but Loading Pole's wacky movement is being able to get in and out of the situation. Just being able to recover at these weird angles. Very unpredictable movement. Which has always been a strength for Loading Pole, honestly.
I swear, Loading Pole can always go everywhere. He can recover from such deep places, man. It's insane. Ambi like just knows how this character works in and out.
Yeah, just being able to. Yeah, if you're going low, you gotta just get back on stage. You're recovering high, you get back on stage. You can just be able to go where you need to go. Point blank on someone else's like aerial attack, you just weave out of there. Like that movement is so good. But Yuto definitely does have a bit more options to be able to deal with it, with using more of those wide like aerials and up tilts and whatnot. Just like that. Trying to put Loading Pole in a disadvantageous situation. And great recovery. Great DI. Wasn't enough to live out of that, but still in the lead.
Jordan's holding, like, not holding this lead much longer. Maybe Ambi has one more trick up their sleeve just to get this last stock. Rockwell, very scary.
Oh, the reset with the pigeon.
50%. It is
probably pigeon.
72%.
It is in bird.
Uh-oh. Jordan losing their lead very quickly here.
So very much in the game. And there we go. Closes it out.
An amazing game for both players there.
We got a match on our hands, folks.
Finally. Not a speed run, right? Not a speed run, clearly. Could it be?
Yeah. Let's see where they're gonna be taking this match next. Oh, this is a
victory. My favorite stage.
This is gonna be. I'm starting to see the plan here, being able to like Loaded Pole, being able to like clip from the top, while still giving just enough space to be able to work around all these projectiles.
Knowing Ambi, I know that they don't really like stages or stage with platforms as much. It's not their biggest like strength, especially when it comes to Load and Pull, since their movement requires a lot of sliding in and out. And I think platforms just kind of ruined that movement for them.
Yeah, just being able to give the opponent just another space to be able to control it, which is not great for a character like Load and Pull.
And also that there is very useful, but it cannot go through platforms. So their biggest approach tool gets blocked a lot by using platforms.
Yeah. It's starting to show very much. But you know, still having very good like oh jeez. I mean, I'm starting to get like lost in the moment right now because these two characters are being able to just. It's not as like explosive as other characters you may see in these kind of brackets, just like that. But there's something exciting about being able to just weave in and out of a fight. You know, how the neutral dance.
It is much slower game between these two, just because it is a zoner character compared to a heavyweight. So with the heavyweight being able to do way more mistakes, like Ambi can just take it a little bit more chill, and Jordan can play with that. As we can see, like Ambi only takes like an approach whenever they need to. They're backing off, overextending there. Just wait a second.
Great DI to be able to live from that hit. If the DI was just a little bit off, it would have been a very dangerous situation. Yeah, doing the 3-hit jab, going back into neutral, using the push to get out of Meteor's way. Very smart move. Still having resources to deal with it again.
The boulder. Oh, wrong DI.
Smacks in the face. One, two, three, almost.
Ooh, the down strong.
Punishes it.
Cannonball, it always comes out of nowhere.
Straight, it's so hard to see because it's so fast.
I didn't do physics in college.
Yeah.
How do you expect me to figure it out?
Like, it's a good sized projectile, but when it moves that fast, it's so hard to keep track of the, like, in the heat of the moment.
I think people would be used to those DVD logos bouncing around, but
Yeah, unfortunately not.
ooh, the fair's coming out. Waiting for the roll read there. Ooh, not switching sides. Almost killing though. Nice berry. The down strong mix up. Wow, that was unexpected. Just throwing out the down strong. And I think, you know, Ambi's tired of playing the slow-paced game and wanting to go zoner v zoner. Finally going back to Ayaka.
Yeah, I mean, doing pretty good with the lone and pole, but maybe going into a different pace would be just enough. You know, you can't have your opponent have the reads on everything. You gotta pull out something else. Pull out the secondaries, your old mains.
If it's not working, it's not working, you know?
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with a character switch. That's what they're there for. But yeah, on the Olympia variant.
Oh, we love this. I wonder who made Olympia. I wonder if they're happy about it.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Overall, you know what? I'll probably check on Twitter or something. Dude's out there doing something. No. Anyway, back to the game. Yeah, the Zoner v Zoner game is very much true.
Ooh, trying to rock.
Using the charge to stall out. Good choice.
Yaka surviving near load percents here. 136. Ooh, not mixing that up anymore. I don't know what Ambi could be doing much better here. Like, he needs to not play with Jordan's tempo. Jordan seems very comfortable. Finally, challenging those forward special.
Yeah. You're playing a character that can be able to deal with that, like, long range with even longer range. A projectile that can just cover that much space. Could be like the turn needed to be able to turn this from a 1-3 to a 2-2.
The nice axe throw there. Nice catch. Jordan taking their time on the platform.
Yeah.
And
don't
Ambi
have to
now.
worry about getting set up.
Ambi just letting loose of the control of the middle stage, I think, is what's hurting them here the most. Because as a zoner, you need to have control of most of the stage.
What is that angle?
Throwing.
Throws them down.
Ooh, the down strong. No jump or double jump. Air dodge. Okay. Delaying. Nice.
Good positioning. Good positioning. Oh, very good positioning getting out of that sticky situation. That could have been a kill there.
Seems like Ambi's finding their footing here now. Finding the gaps for Jordan.
Like starting to understand the weaknesses of a character like Yuto.
Switching up the axes.
Yeah, also playing around the meteor, even though it's like off screen. Just chucking axes, just to make, not even to try to hit, just to make sure that there isn't an approach.
Ooh, the wrong DI. Cutting it short.
Yeah.
The parry on the axe.
What a parry.
Careful, that red axe can kill Yuto now.
Yeah. Very much kill percent. You just need just one straight hit will be more than enough to be able to close out this round.
I love that Ayaka can just throw in a second axe similar to Min Min. Says, oh,
Yeah.
see? Catching them off guard because Jordan was keeping their eye on that red axe, but then Ambi can just throw another axe.
Yeah, the roll in wasn't enough to be able to capitalize off the projectile. Just fucking axes. Had red axe, but now we're bringing up the shield. A bit more defense could be good.
Ooh, sending Jordan off stage there. Ooh, the meteorite. Ah, from off screen.
Yeah.
Felt like a Marvel assist, you know?
Yeah. Dr. Doom missiles.
Ooh, the up air, finding
like
the sweet
that.
spot.
Ambi goes down, definitely with a fight. But Jordan definitely came in with the resources and skill needed to be able to advance forward. So Ambi gets kicked out of the bracket. Jordan moves on.
The loser semis. Wow, what a great match between the two though. I did like that like back and forth that they have, especially with like the zoning characters, right? We don't usually see that in Workshop at all. And finally getting to see that again is really nice because then you can see the mental and like the playstyle between the two characters.
Yeah, not every Workshop bracket has to be a complete blowout. Sometimes it can be a little bit more nuanced than that. And it's a beautiful thing being able to see these two characters and two players being able to adjust with it.
Yeah.
But
we're seeing BioBirb versus Lancon. A Bluey versus Donnie. You think Mario can beat Carmine?
How much time does he have to prepare?
That's not bad, man. Wrong person.
I mean, look at the skin palette. Then, like, all black outfit, might as well be.
Might as well be. Now, what would SB say if they caught you saying that on stream? That confident?
I mean, right now, Bluey's doing a very good job being able to deal with Donnie's range. Just staying out of the position. And with the Gordo Bomb, gives it just that little bit more of an edge.
Ooh, that up strong catch, too.
Yeah, the moving platform is very much helping out as well.
Icon. Just shooting out all of the projectiles now, sitting at 130.
If you have the projectile, use it.
Who cares if it uses a little bit more percent? Oh, nice tag by Bioverb.
Beautiful tech. Still in the game. Another good tech. What a parry into kill!
They had to parry twice just to make sure that Upstrong did it again.
The air dodge still around, but kills with Upstrong. 22% before dying is still... every little bit counts with this kind of matchup.
Yeah, but being a heavyweight, you know, Lancon can just use it a little bit more. Can take a little bit more damage compared to Bluey. Yeah. Especially if it gets them the space that they need. Breathe in.
Oh, challenges that outright.
Oh.
Still a swinging.
It's just that backer. Lancon's best friend right now. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Down special. With Pratfall now.
You know what? I respect it. If you're gonna die off stage, might as well go down swinging. Oh, misses the conversion. Probably just like a little bit of an awkward angle thanks to that platform. Uses the propeller to get a little bit more damage into Upstrong.
Oh my gosh. All of these projectiles. Just building up all that damage.
And still living through it all. Last stock, he is not dying until the galaxies. Oh, and misses it. Unfortunate.
Same goes to Lancon, apparently, so.
Nice!
Killing at 200. Oh no.
Just flying a little too close to the sun with that one.
Burn those wings off, you know? There's only so much you can do before you get hit by that large Upstrong.
There's only so many places you can go.
And now going into Tower of Heaven.
Another good stage for both of these players.
I mean,
maybe the higher ceiling will be able to, even by a little bit, can be able to give Bluey a bit more like places to go.
Yeah, the platforms will help too.
Oh
jeez! Oh my god! That early stock.
The early stock with the juggle too.
Lancon having 100% to play with for projectiles here and getting hit.
Yeah, but hopefully, BioBirb not letting it affect its mental too much and being able to stay in the game and fight on out of it. Because this is still very much a match that Louis can fight. Just have to be a bit more aware.
I love. Ooh, sounds strong. Nice punish on the.
Good spacing.
I was gonna say I really like Lancon's just use of space here and just like slowing it down whenever they need to. They don't have to approach. They have the projectiles to do that for them.
Yeah, just get them off stage. Keep them on stage.
Like
they
that.
run out of places to go. Just kill them. Yeah, no, jumping in and out, use those platforms to Bluey's advantage. But Donnie very much having the tools to be able to cover that space with that the sickle spin. And also that puddle, being able to catch off guard, because you never know which direction it's going to go. You could go straight up, you could dissolve it, you could make it roll towards you.
Ooh, the wrong DI once again.
Oh, jeez. That was a tricky one to DI, honestly.
You weren't even finished with your thought there, and it's already gone.
Not at all.
Oh.
But yeah, no. That's 2-0 right now.
And BioBirb, seeing that they need a new character to face Lancon, not being able to handle it with Bluey. So we'll see if Ayaka is good enough as a change.
Being able to fight zoning with zoning could be that change. No, not even zoning. Well, Ayaka can do a little bit of zoning. But that more heavy body set can be able to help on out.
Got that Lapis Lazuli skin on the ready. Ooh. There. But Bioverb be able to get a hold of Lancon this time.
Yeah, just being able to get awareness on the parry.
Nice shot from Lancon.
Challenging that move with a forward strong. Yeah, just trying to figure out how to get in. What hitbox you can throw out to challenge what's in front of you.
Missing the sweet spot on that, like, up air too. Back air, finally getting that stock in. Looking better for BioBirb here, 50%.
Yeah, using such a great hitbox to your advantage is always a good idea. Like, it's never a good idea to just throw out one like move over and over and over again, especially in neutral. But you could be able to adjust to it. But that adjustment needs to come soon because you're on last stock.
Last stock of this particular tournament. You don't got any more chances. You gotta prove it here now.
Yeah, BioBirb is very much a very skilled player. He can be able to get in and out of these kind of situations. Just need to find what that opening is. Use the bubble to help recovery. Gets in, but at what cost? The casual walk up, no punish after that.
What?
Brings them down. What a haymaker.
Not again.
That's the second time in top 8, folks.
Please say it ain't so. That was
Lancon 3-0
on a very good player too. That is insane to me. A very good showing though from BioBirb this entire bracket.
Yeah, Lancon does not want to get out of this tournament. Like the gold, he wants it. I respect it. You gotta be able to swing as hard as you can with as stacked of a lineup as we got right now. Because we gotta remember, folks, Sego is still sitting in winners finals.
Yeah, and they will be facing against Dakota very soon. But we do have Lancon versus Jordan to get through first. Man, these are great matches so far. This is pretty insane. So we'll be hopping into Jules Vales first. Lancon, Zoner v Zoner once again. Quite a prominent team.
Zoner meta is very much true. But as we've been seeing with all these like all rounders, and even in the previous brackets, that even the big boys can survive in this bracket. So it's anybody's guess here.
God, a lightweight zoner compared to a heavyweight one. So the thing is here, the main difference is that Yuto can throw all these projectiles for free without having to worry about their percentage, while Lancon has to worry.
You can be able to sit back and relax and throw out meteor projectiles, or you could just say the more like close-up zoning game. It's like any fighting game fanatics out there, the classic kind of like mentality situation, yeah, of like Sagat versus Dalsum, right? Like two completely different zoners, but zoners all the same, to be able to cover like two different ways of being able to punish stray hits and convert into big damage. And both of these players doing a good job being aware of both of their their spots on stage.
Ooh, nice upkill from Jordan there.
Yeah, good awareness to be able to follow up with the spaceship.
Lancon with a great awareness from that meteor, right?
Yeah, that explosion isn't for show. If you get hit in it, you will die.
A special.
Yeah.
Almost killing off stage again.
Yeah. If it was any other stage, being a lower ceiling, that would have been death. Even at something as like low as 50%.
Oh, 93%. Your mileage with Yuto may vary. 100 is not usually the percentage you see her at. Oh my god. An amazing
it's so hard
dia.
to be able to...
Nice mix up, finally back on stage.
It gets out, but
Just to die.
Just enough.
My god. Having this percent deficit here still.
Yeah. Donnie being able to like control that space is dare say a reoccurring like strategy that's been showing up a lot in this bracket. It's been helping a lot. But yeah, no, Yuto being able to do this very much same and gets a stock off of Lancon. Yuto winning the zoning wars.
Finally, the war is over, right? Clearly
One may
not.
think.
Because we're going back at it again. Spirit Tree now, this time. Lancon counterpick. Finally finding the win there. After that long recovery process too. I think that took like almost a minute.
Yeah, no, that was just perseverance and dedication at its finest. But yeah, no, this stage with its like deceptively low ceiling is going to be very much something that both players need to be able to adjust to. Because both characters can kill off the top with either like up special with Yuto or up strong with Donnie. So both of those are very dangerous to deal with on this stage.
Okay, nice forward special going back. Ooh, almost dying there. Nice drift by Jordan.
Yeah, Donnie is very much playing a more horizontal gameplay in this go around. Because he knows how dangerous that up special can be. Especially at 113.
118 finding its mark with Bear. Uh-oh. 129. Lancon living past 150. Missing the fair sweet spot there.
Being able to use that like air stalling to their advantage. Lancon still surviving, almost at 200%.
Peter Ray fighting its mark finally.
Now it's very much even in both percentage and stock.
These people are just just surviving the crazy percent, honestly.
What a great parry. And a good punish to be able to get
Oh.
off stage.
Jordan trying to sit on that meteorite just to be denied of access.
You have to know where exactly your opponent excels at, and being very much aware that meteorite is I wouldn't say it's too important, but it's important enough to deal with. So
Jordan's doing a very good job holding on the middle stage here.
yeah, just being able to go in and out.
Uh-oh.
Still playing the zoning game.
Do not get hit by that downer sword. I swear.
Almost. Oh, the rock hitting him in the face.
183. How are you surviving? Donnie's getting so much mileage off that percent. At this point, there is no, like, you don't have to worry about, like, percentage. You can just keep throwing projectiles. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Oh.
93% on the last stock.
It didn't even galaxy.
I mean, percentage reset is very much needed, especially when Yuzo's that high in health.
Oh, bear. From the ceiling.
That low ceiling, as I brought up, was the demise for Yuzo. It is now 1-2-1.
Don't hit your head on the way out, honestly.
Yeah.
And I think Jordan's realizing the zoner v zoner probably is not working out for them, so they're going into the pass with Retro Blast. The character switch, Jordan probably not feeling as confident with Yudo. It's very crazy. He usually dies by Yudo, you know? But I guess he wants a character representation and might need the speed to deal with Donnie.
Oh, yeah. Being able to close the gap a bit better instead of playing outside of the range but still in the range of Donnie, because Donnie's movement speed can be able to close the gap and moving those puddles around, which covers way more room than you think. But this extra speed that Jordan has now.
Still having to deal with that bear though.
Yeah. I mean, right now with the percentage deficit, it's definitely helping out. Even though Donnie's doing a little bit of self-harm here with just using the mechanic. But still be able to live and get the first kill.
Hey, taxi!
Got hit with the Transformers, now we're evened up. Stop the cab. Good awareness, good awareness. That still doesn't keep him from swinging.
It's weird that we have two characters in the workshop who uses a taxi as a main way to kill people, huh?
Oh, yeah. Blast from the past, and an actual blast from the past. For both of those characters.
Okay. Missing the down tilt there.
Doing a good job. What a great trade.
Oh yeah. So Retro Blast is actually one of the few characters that actually have three different angles for the horse drawing.
Oh wow. That's a rarity if I've ever seen one.
One and only, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Uh oh. 145. Both sitting at the same percent. See, you can see it there. Oh, almost a smart move by Jordan, thinking that they could like slip past under that projectile.
Almost good though.
Nice down strong. Very nice read.
Alright, this is pretty much even. 13% doesn't mean anything in Workshop. Like 37% with a couple of hits? Nah, that's nothing. You could be able to play with that. You got life to play with.
We've seen people come back from like 2 stock deficits.
Yeah. Completely just reversing the entire momentum. Jordan does have the skill to be able to deal with it.
Oh, very nice dash over.
Yeah, using the speed to get out of it. And Rock Wall is very much a great stage to be able to deal with all of this. The platforms and just the openness of the stage.
Ooh, but the mix-up though.
also his demise. Lancon is now up.
2-1.
2-1.
Okay. Jordan. Feeling really confident about this one. Going back to Rockwell.
Alright, bringing it back. Gotta love those running back sets.
Run back, you know, I wasn't ready. Now I am.
Yeah, no, both of them just starting off on a very good start. And unfortunately, Lancon using those great normals to his advantage.
Oh,
Gets
with the
early
bear.
kill.
The bear. What happened? Like, right now, it just seems that Jordan's, like, not moving as sharp anymore. Feels lost in touch. Maybe the nostalgia isn't helping, you know?
Yeah, probably.
No
Being
way.
able to-
No way.
Oh no! Calls it out.
Dashing into the up strong. Maybe thinking that they could have released it way sooner, but doesn't seem to be the case.
Yeah, the jitters is very much being shown here. But again, we've seen. Oh no!
What did we see? What did we see? What did you want to see?
I thought that we were gonna see a reverse stock like deficit going to a 2-2 set, but nah, 3-1. The speed run continues, unfortunately.
Speedrun does continue. Going back into the bracket now. Jordan finally out at loser semis. A great showing though with Yuto eliminating Nori and BioBirb. Very great feats for this bracket.
Yeah, went pretty far in this tournament. But Sego and Dakota are sitting up there in winners finals.
And now who will meet Lancon from the bottom there, and who will get to rest up in grand finals?
Lancon definitely has one more chance to get in the grand finals. He has the skill to do so, but we gotta see who's gonna get up there first.
Honestly, seeing now Sego and Dakota, who got the guts? And this is a rematch now with Sego playing a different character though from Genesis.
Yeah. The Bluey versus Madeline, the old school versus the new. And Forest Floor being a wide enough map. So we'll see if this rushdown playstyle will be enough to deal with Bluey's all-roundness and being able to control space with the Gordo bombs. But so far seems pretty even right now. Both players doing a very good job being able to stick around and avoid each other's attacks.
Not as of a dominating playstyle just of yet, knowing from what we saw from Sego. And compared to their last match from Genesis as well.
Yeah.
Dakota seems to have a little bit more control in this matchup compared to Germa.
And just a little bit of a just probably more like slightly more familiar character, you know, just being able to use a more like familiar moveset. Or even if it like if Dakota just picked up Bluey like recently, this is still like a good all around characters are always like good to learn to be able to get good results in brackets. I know we have all these like explosive characters like Madeline or big grapplers like Wally and all these other characters, but having a good all-rounder can be enough to close the gap on these characters.
It's very crazy, like as I said before, where no one really knew about like how good Bluey was, and then Dakota just comes into Riptide and just be like, "Hey guys, you forgot about this character."
Yeah,
Like wipes us with it, no matter what. I'm like, bro, come on, man.
You gotta stay on your toes, just like that. Sego is able to stay on top of it just for a bit longer. Fortunately, dies to the upstrong.
Oh, using the charge there by accident. Very important for Bluey to have that charge at all times.
Yeah, that free confirm is always great in these kind of like settings.
Very nice use of the down special there from Sego just to recover.
Yeah.
I swear these like
Sego's
top
always been
rivals
good at-
players just uses any kind of
Yeah.
momentum change to their best of their abilities. Doesn't matter what it is.
You gotta mix up the recovery somehow. You gotta use everything that the character has to offer.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like putting VSP -1. Ooh, the nice down strong. I swear. Put VSP -1 on one move, and then they'll be like, hey, yo, we can use this for a second. I can gain
Yeah,
one pixel, and I'll be able to survive way earlier.
Exactly.
Oh, the more explosive characters. We haven't seen this one, but Torga. Dakota switches to Torga for this next match.
Not exactly an old school staple, but a staple nonetheless. Torga.
Not as old, but
Still one of the names you know
of course.
in the workshop community. And taking it to Era Armada.
Not a
Very
lot of
interesting
players
choice.
like the stage. I'm surprised we went here.
Maybe that is maybe that's the pick. This is like the counter pick.
Similar to another
Like-
Turtle in Workshop though. Torga did
Yeah.
get a recent new look.
Yeah, just a little bit. The sprites are always good, and now they got a bit better. The glow up is still a glow up nonetheless. Speaking of glow up, Dakota is actually feeling very confident with the Torga pick.
Ooh, nice confirm.
What a call out!
See, they still didn't lose their confirm there because Hurricane now, like they can just put them in the storm and then he'll hold it for them for a nice second. It's like going to a shop, to a mall, and your mom asks you, "Hey, can you hold this for a second?"
Yeah.
You're holding it there for a year. Thanks, Torga.
Always looking out for you. If nobody got me, Tornado got me.
Uh-oh. That up air.
Seems like he doesn't even need it. What a good stock to be taken. Yeah, Sego's not done yet. Still have plenty of life to work with. And Sego is more than known to be able to go back and handle these kind of sticky situations. Dakota seems to be in his element right now. Very much in his element. Look at that.
That up air's going wild. Maybe this was the right pick for Dakota, and it shows.
Yeah. Just gotta go back to basics. Gotta go back to your roots.
And now we're going to Rockwall here.
Yeah, another wide map. Torga definitely could do something with this, but Madeline has more than enough space to move around on. So,
A little
only
scary
time will
there
tell.
for Sego though. There's a lot of those hurricanes are just on the stage. Those bombs as well to worry about.
But also using the battling color palette as well. So there's a purple party going on Rock Wall. Complementary colors, hell yeah.
Maybe you gotta turn evil to win against Dakota.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe I will stick my fork into the outlet.
I'm brute now. Hell yeah.
That up strong.
What a call out!
I
Man,
go.
Dakota is very much in his zone right now. Like before, there was a little bit of hesitation, but now he seems to have the character that can match Madeline's tempo, 1-to-1.
Tired of playing it slow with Bluey. Just going to Torga now. The 4-strong. Almost with the wrong DI there.
Almost. It was way too risky. If he would have missed it, he would have died. Torga has just enough of a good recovery to be able to get out of it.
I honestly
Rockwall is a
think it's
very
one of
high
the
speed.
best one too.
Oh yeah. Especially on something like Rockwall, the floor on this stage is very low. Deceptively low for those who are not aware of it. latches himself into the tornado and still lives through it.
That up air. Oh, that up
And
air will never fail to kill.
Yeah, an unfortunate DI, and an unfortunate DI for Dakota as well.
Hey, you know, he can rest a bit. You know, he has an extra stock to play with.
Yeah. I don't think he wants to rest. Look at him go. Jeez. It's
It
like,
is.
Listen, man. I got the Hot Pockets in the fridge. I gotta get them out. It can't be in there for too long.
Mom, I left the stove on in the kitchen. We gotta go.
Dakota wants some Hot Pockets. He's going for it. It is now 1-2 Dakota's favor.
God. This is a very much different Dakota from what we've seen the whole drop bracket.
Yeah, the beat has changed. It is very exciting to see this.
Alright, Sego, onto the corner now. Reveals his last character. Could it be?
It's
answer?
the guy, the streamer for the people, Germa. But is Germa able to deal with the speed and tenacity that Dakota has with Torga? Because right now, Dakota is very much in his own element. He is like almost playing like a completely different person now compared to the Bluey we saw before.
Yo, check the wires, check the controllers. Who's touching this? Oh, the hurricane was there.
Almost kills off the top, but Aramata's still a bit too high.
Okay.
Up air, in the up air. Smash for combos. And kills with the up straw.
Getting Duke Metal there with that up special. Sego gotta slow it down a bit.
Is Sego the kind of person to slow down? I don't think Sego's the kind of person to slow down. Good parry, but no punish, unfortunately. Getting the bits, hell yeah. But only puts them both in a neutral state, so they're both just making sure that they're in the right spot at the right time.
Still sitting at 150 here. Sego needs to find the stock. Never usually the case for Sego. The struggle with finishing a stock. Ooh, with that random 4-strong, trying to see if Dakota was gonna fall for it.
Oh, wacky hitbox! I saw that Olympia up air. I saw it.
Sego is struggling a lot. Oh,
what a setup!
Okay, maybe the hurricane wasn't the holding
Slow
girl
and steady,
Chorizo.
rings the waist. You don't have to be fast to be able to win these kind of tournaments. Sometimes, with a little bit of patience, will be more than enough to be able to close out a stock. And with Torga, with a stock lead himself, he could be able to play with his food for a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Dakota is totally seeing that as an opportunity. Like, Germa can get the hits in and can get the kill, but Torga laying down the foundation, almost getting into the tornado for a free kill. But Sego with some great DI, getting out of a bunch of different situations. Gets the knee, but DI's out.
Hey,
Alright, both players are finding
this could be it.
He's
Yeah.
doing. There we go.
Damn, what a clean sweep after switching to Torga.
Yeah, unfortunately, Germa did not have what it takes. Despite having such a great showing in Genesis. But Sego is down into losers finals.
And we'll be meeting Lancon. Wow, this is going quite quick. With all these, like, not even going to game 5. Can you believe it?
It is very much just Rivals Workshop, where it's just unadulterated offense in multiple forms. But we're gonna see who's gonna be the more angry to get back in the grand finals. Will it be Sego? Will it be Lancon? We'll have to see in the next match.
Ah, we will see it right now. Losers finals, Sego and Lancon. Sego finally getting upset there actually by Dakota. But will it be another upset here by Lancon? Who knows?
Yep. Only one way to find out. We keep watching as we got Madeline and Donnie, two seeming to be the two characters being extremely good at showing their strengths. With Donnie with the great like just zoning capabilities and controlling space, and Madeline just with the suffocating offense rather.
And nice up strong.
These low platforms definitely helping out Donnie.
I think anything helps Donnie. Big blast zones, the spread out platforms. And
Could not punish properly because of the scythe.
nice call out
It's
with
a
up
kill
strong.
though. 101, that's nothing for Sego. He is known to be living off of more than that on this first stop. It's the momentum that's not all that matters. The momentum that he keeps, even baiting out the puddle to try and parry it, but gets out of it. Pre-punish. Yeah, this seems to be pretty standard stuff for both of these characters. They're both doing great things right now. Yeah, no. Lancon going in, being able to control the space the best way he can. Sego just controlling space, using that speed to go in and go out.
Ooh, nice back air.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, 2-1 right now.
Almost.
Sego can be able to live through this.
Uh-oh. No crystal. Okay, finally getting their dash back. Oh no, the wall
Runs
jump.
out of options. It was a checkmate scenario. Donnie is always great on doing these kind of situations. So, we already have a bit of an upset because Sego was doing such a great job. But that does not mean Lancon is going to be getting in the grand finals ever so easily.
Oh,
Sego
there's still
still
a
got-
fight here.
Yeah, and Sego has plenty of fight in him. So let's see what happens next.
Oh, the arrow to start it off, you know, we're already winning. Oh. The spike from Sego, not going as offensively. Seems like that crystal or those down special wasn't gonna allow him to get that other spike.
Yeah, but it still works out in their favor, being able to get a good chunk of damage on Donnie, or even forcing him to hurt himself to get just to control that space.
There again.
Good awareness, getting resources back, and recovers just in time. I just gotta wait on out. Unfortunately, didn't catch out the down air. It's a kill. First stop of the second match here. But again, he just takes a little bit of an adjustment on Sego here, and to be able to stay on top of things.
Seems like they're getting blocked out by these projectiles very well from Lancon.
Yeah. And now Donnie's the one being able to be on the back foot just for a little bit. Gets back on stage, unfortunately. Sego still going down. Gets in and gets the kill.
Okay. Hopefully Sego could keep up with the tempo here. A little bit slow on this time. Seems like, you know, coming off from that game from Dakota, Sego isn't as sharp or as fast. I mean,
I would say I would say that Sego is trying to be more calculated with these things instead of just going brute force offense.
Mm-hmm.
Especially dealing with a character that can just zone out a spot just so well. You gotta be more careful where you're landing or where you're dashing towards. Like that.
And you know, Lancon shows us why we need to do that.
You're now tied up last stock. Both characters are evened out. Raw rushdown versus zoning. Setting up the resource. What an ambitious move!
Just catching him off guard with that up special. Great showing from Sego.
What I tell you, Sego being more calculated with those moves, being able to go in, go out, and dealing with Donnie's zoning the best way that a character as fast as Madeline can. And it worked out in his favor.
Like stepping on landmines between these two, it's insane.
Yeah. Going into the Aramata reskin. Another beautiful stage. Shoutouts to Dungeons of Aether. Not Dungeons of Aether. Which one was that? What's the other game?
Like Creatures of Aether.
Creatures of Aether, yeah. There it is.
I love Triple Triad.
We love us a Tulsa game in here.
Oh, nice crystal. From stage to stage, platform to platform.
You gotta get it. You want that stock, you gotta chase after it.
Up air to up air.
Yeah, being aware that the DI was going a little bit out of his favor, so he backed off a little bit. Good awareness.
Backing off too far there.
Yeah. Still playing with Aramata blast zones, so you gotta be aware that those blast zones on the sides look wide, but they're not wide enough to be able to play around with it. It's just wide enough to worry about being pineappled. Oh, good stalling. Was just enough to be able to stall out the spinning scythe.
Oh, nice health gain there. Gains more access to more projectiles.
Going in, going out.
Ooh.
Ever so reliable up strong.
Thank you, Aramata. That up strong once again. Thank God. Just finding everything.
Yeah, this is... Donnie's just being in the right spots at the right time. Being able to throw out the projectiles that'll help them out the most.
206%. Not dying. Guy is stubborn. Hard-headed.
Oh. There we go.
Hard-hitting too.
Still being a killer of runs for many of players now. But we're still one set away. We only have like one game.
Yeah, 2-1. Sego switching to another character once again. But this time not Germa. But, oh, look, a star.
Hey!
On the Crystal Oasis stage.
Very much another character that, much like Torga, has been around Workshop for quite a little bit. Made from a well-known Workshop creator.
Oh, that early stock.
Oh no.
LucasStar did get a recent change to their up special, which I think is screwing up Sego a little bit here. Expecting for something else.
Sego is definitely aware of this kind of thing. And I've seen Sego adjust to much drastic changes.
They need to adjust to it now. Last game set here too. Much more predictable.
You're essentially
nice.
playing on forest floor on this, so you got to be aware of those blast zones. And how much space you have to work with when recovering. The back air, but still gets out of the way. Unfortunate. Gets hit with the up air.
Finally
Goes
finding
back
a
with
stock.
Up air of his own. Or down air. It was very, very wacky move. Move with that looked like it hit down but sent upwards.
This isn't usually the case where you see like Sego like on the downside of stock leads.
Yeah.
Very unfamiliar position he put himself in.
Yeah, but maybe that's what he needs, right? Maybe he just wants the revenge, like.
Okay,
in.
maybe I'm thinking too soon.
Yeah, this is Seggo we're talking about. Like, he knows what he's doing. All he has to do is be able to tighten up his gameplay just a bit to be able to stay in the game.
He's like, okay, you know, a special change. It's a little bit weaker now. Let's not go off stage. That's the plan.
Yep. Stay middle of the stage. Just don't get hit. Not as much.
If he held on to that 4 strong just a little bit sooner. Uh-oh. The back air taking away that stock so early.
Forest floor was not wide enough. And Lancon proves that he wants to stay in the game. He's moving up to grand finals.
And we'll be meeting Dakota. Wow, this is not the bracket I expected it to be. But it is what it is.
A lot of upsets been happening.
And before we head on to grand finals, we will be taking a short break, but not without a word from our sponsors here. Going back into, 956 productions. Just wanted to shout them out again. Vortex Gallery is a huge tournament, guys, as you've seen. 4 weekends and 100+ community tournaments. I don't know how they do it, but please visit their website, vortexgallery.moe, for the full list of titles and the complete schedule of global events.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talent that's been showing up, all that stuff. And speaking of talent, check out the shop, the official Vortex Gallery online shop. Be able to go in there, find these sick designs like you see on the screen and more. Check out 956pro.com/shop for the freshest of lineups of shirts in all colors and sizes. If you're not in the US, don't worry about it. International shipping, we got you.
And there's amazing designs. Once again, guys, amazing designs. I'm not that much into anime. Holy crap, I have them ordered, on the ready, on the go. Once again, thank you again to Matcherino for providing Vortex Gallery the space to get us all together here and watch a great workshop magic. Also, set up us some big ass prize pools for the tournaments here. So if you would like to contribute, make sure to go down to my chat, !Matcherino, to contribute to any of the tournaments that upcoming to Vortex Gallery or this one. So
yeah, you gotta look out for the scene. We can't be, just on the stage with all these talented players without your contribution. It helps out a lot. But yeah. But speaking of contributions, have you guys heard of Lancon 3D?
Lancon.
It's the third installment of the Front Crew's annual major Lancon. This year is gonna be themed after the third dimension, more ways than one. Can't give out too many details about this, so you're gonna have to check around for the full trailer for Vortex Gallery's Dino Rex Top 8 on Alex Alchemy's channel.
Oh, where's that again?
Alex Alchemy's Twitch channel. Be able to check on that. Gonna be hosted by Vortex Gallery itself. Ooh. So it's going down on the night of Sunday, March 5th. So if you want to check what's going down on Lancon 3D, you gotta check it out.
All right, I'll keep your word for it. And of course, /back coming to North Carolina. anime-focused 2-day event. I fucking love anime fighting games. And also, it's at the Guild House. So get yourselves ready. March 18th and 19th. They got a sick tournament lineup just for you.
Like, look at these games. All these are hype.
Look at those games. Gundam, you ain't never seen Gundam ever. Sign up. Registration ends at February 28th, so don't miss it.
Get in there.
And for now, we'll be going on break, so we'll be back in a bit. Make sure you guys are ready. Right, you guys miss us? We're back.
Yeah.
But what are we back for? Well, what's the point? I could have just went to bed, you know, close the stream. No, not show grand finals. Who needs to watch?
What are you talking about? We got a hype set coming up. How are you gonna miss out on this?
A hype set?
Yeah.
Oh, Dakota and Lancon. Oh shit, that is a good ass set. I'm ready.
Yeah. We are now in grand finals. We're coming up onto the apex of this tournament. The moment everyone's been waiting for. These two very explosive players going throughout, you know, all trials and tribulations and just proving themselves to be able to hang with the best.
Well,
now here they are. Well, we're about to find out.
They truly finally get out of the vortex? Who knows?
About to find out soon. So,
and get those predictions ready, guys. I want to see it.
Yeah. So, gotta be a hype set. It is now going to be the first of grand final. And already getting off to a great start. Almost dying from that, but
it's okay. It's okay. Yeah,
Torga has more than enough resources to be able to get in and out of these kind of sticky situations. And and it is definitely playing into his favor. Dakota is not afraid of these like little blunders. He could be able to get out of this very easily. Lancon, however, is doing a good job being able to deal with it until getting hit with a powerful strong. Yeah, this set is already starting off way more fast-paced than you'd think.
Taking the armor from the fucking down air. Oh.
Yeah. What great awareness and being able to throw out the shield at the right moment. Like, even whiffing it, it's so low risk. You could just use it.
Ooh,
yeah, no.
The parry. That was an insane parry, honestly.
The tornado betrays. But it's all just part of it. It's still very much a Torga game right now. Donnie can be able to close the gap a bit, but I don't think Dakota's gonna let him. I think Dakota's just gonna keep going.
Very dangerous spot for Dakota, though. Oh.
Almost.
He was committed to that up throw. I could feel it in his bones.
The bomb was gonna come down eventually. So my good idea on Lancon to get out of that situation. That could have killed if it landed on him. If he forgot about it. Still throwing out those up strongs. Very reliable of a move. Alright. Target got another kill. Pretty much even at this point, even with the stock lead. Because this is Donnie we're talking about. He is really good at racking up that damage. Like so. 1-2-1. The ethereal gates are opening.
Oh, great jab confirmed there from Lancon off stage. Major spot for this
Needing to be able to commit to it, but knew was a bit unsafe. Save for Donnie, a little bit off, but still enough to be able to recover off of it. Well, what a move.
Uh-oh. Did he recover?
The tornado saves!
If no one's there for me, the hurricane is.
Yo! If nobody got me, tornado got me.
He got me. My lowest point. Holy shit.
I told you that this is going to be a hype set. Look at these two players.
Going right back into it. Spirit Tree.
Why let up? Keep going. Don't stop. Just go.
What if we're gonna hit a tree? Who cares? Going. We love Workshop here. Workshop has these like crazy interactions and never fails to let go.
It's like how could you hate something like this? The community getting together, making the hypest shit that you can see. Like, of course you want to see more of this. Of course you want to be a part of it. So it kept me around. And as you can tell, that the hypeness is very much. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's ceiling. Very much. Oh boy, trading kills. Just swinging with the aerials, just racking up the damage. You're gonna need every single bit of it to deal with Dakota's offense.
Honestly, we're not seeing Lancon go back to like 200% as much as usual in the previous sets, and I think Dakota's doing a great job preventing that.
Yeah. Can't just let him just get away with just throwing out those projectiles willy-nilly, even if he's hurting himself while doing it. Like, that percentage is just another resource. It doesn't matter how far you get if you can just throw out the normals that can cover it.
Honestly.
Morgan's doing a very good job rushing it down. Even with like a trade or two, still able to close the gap. Oh, what a great recovery. Parry's tornado! But still on the side of Torga.
Nice coverage from Lane. Not the sword grab again. Honestly,
almost went down for the third time in this top 8.
Lancon is not screwing around. He wants to get this over with as soon as possible.
As you say that, the Lancon special, live in living color. All right, if there's one way to keep this match going, it would be that. That's a good hit on the mental.
No, we gotta keep going.
You gotta keep going.
You know,
Why
fish.
let up? Keep the hype going.
Gotta fish Dakota up from the pond, and now we're in trouble.
Going to the Shovel Knight stage. Very pretty stage. A lot of people don't seem to talk about it, but this is definitely one of my favorite stages, like visually. And I'm not even like a big Shovel Knight person.
It is very nice.
Yeah, it's just nice lighting and all that stuff. Not to distract the chat from what's going on right now. This is very much just like a slugfest.
That bomb just got hit by that blade so many times.
The blade bomb interaction is actually probably like the best set play that's been happening right now, because he just goes out there to like neutralize that hitbox. What movement!
What was that?
That was such good movement. And same for Donnie too, being able to parry the bomb and have enough time to punish it. Yeah, both of these players are pulling out all the stops to be able to close out this match. Torga using great movement to get in and out. Donnie is still throwing out those projectiles that's notoriously known to lock out any form of offense.
Ooh, nice bomb there.
The bomb is a setup tool. One of the many like pluses to playing Torga. Being able to just sit out the bomb and just kind of forget about it for a little bit.
You got two babysitters with Torga. You got the Hurricane, you got the bomb. They will make sure you're safe. The sword.
A call out of the century.
You think we'll ever see another sword side again from Lancon?
Oh, totally. Oh, totally.
On the same person?
It's only a matter of time. Probably not the same person, but we'll get it. Speaking of getting it, Torga is not going down without a fight. Building up that shield.
Sitting at 79% here.
Yeah, 79% still enough to work with. As long as you don't get hit with like 2 to 3 up strongs, I think you're fine. But playing off stage like this is very risky. Especially since Lancon is very known for going off stage.
Oh, Bear. Nice catch on that up special. Bear
using the teleport to the bomb. What great movement.
Uh-oh.
Even in the face of danger, still being able to survive it all.
Not the up.
Lancon is now 2-1.
Wow, coming from from losers with vengeance here. Lancon,
yeah,
proving to be a big problem for Dakota, and Dakota knows that, so now they're switching to Bluey. Hopefully is the answer to Torga here.
Yeah. Default Bluey as well. Living up to the name.
Finally.
And,
Blue.
Exactly. But you gotta keep in mind that Dakota's Bluey is nothing to sneeze at. Like, him switching over to Bluey is not a bad call. As much style and grace that Torga has, Dakota can bounce back from this.
Maybe they just need the better, like, zoning tools that Bluey has.
Yeah, trying to counter the site specifically maybe not be the case. You gotta deal with the other puddles, and yeah, that's what's happening. Getting hit with the scythe a couple of times doesn't mean anything. You can just get around it afterwards. That stone is still just as good. Look
More
at
consistent
this.
too. It's easier to get. Uh-oh. Board strong. Nice movement from Lancon there.
Bring out the Gordo. Doesn't follow up for it. But 92 to 91% is still very good. Putting Bluey at a little bit of the in the lead here, but it's still enough to be able to adjust with what's going on, and adjusting he is.
Nice up air catch from Dakota.
Good awareness. All right. Lancon can definitely like close the gap. He's done it before. He'll do it again. Just allowing him to get back on stage so he can rack up a bit more damage.
And getting himself safe from damage for a bit there. Oh.
What a good pseudo spike.
Oh, the ball's
Using
hitting
the
both of them.
cover. What a smart play. Just going in, sliding in, sliding out. Still alive on rock wall. You gotta remember, folks, this stage is wide. Trying to challenge the bomb with his own, but it just did not work out.
Oh, not that charge shot. Almost killing Lancon there. Ooh, the sword saving Lancon.
Yeah, but this is still
it.
Yep. A photo finished indeed.
Seems like Blue is doing the job.
Yeah. It is 2-2 for the first time in this bracket.
Can you believe it, guys?
In top 8.
2-2. Woohoo!
I'm so happy about this information.
Endless Abyss.
Gotta take him.
Final game? Question mark? Could it be?
A possibility of getting an upset of a lifetime, resetting the bracket, or closing it out all on its own.
I know the right color means a lot to some players, and I know that Levi skin does. It's a buff to Dakota, I know it.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe not to the DI there.
No, don't count them out. Gotta be able to adjust with this stuff. One stock doesn't mean anything to Dakota. We've seen him recover from this before. Now since Louis has nowhere really to run, he has to face all this zoning offense head on.
Yeah, and Lancon has to deal with that one too.
Yeah. Gotta take him to the final destination if you gotta. And it's working out for both players. Pseudo Spike chasing after it. Oh, what great offense is happening right now. Great defense as well. Lancon being able to get in and out. And challenging whatever recovery that's coming in. Louis is having to just use everything to try to get back on stage.
That up special, so useful. Oh, nice up air stall.
Using the parasol to stall on out. Gets a chance to touch ground, finally.
And not anymore.
80%. Almost charged up with the beam. Throws it out. A bit of a miscall there, but Dakota's done worse and gotten better results with it. So, this is nothing to really worry about. Oh, 17%. We're pretty much tied up.
That up air, rarely killing now after it's been nerfed by SB. Oh, missing the air dodge and having to wall jump and up special, losing their momentum there.
The parries to get out of the Gordo. Using the bomb.
Fair? Oh, wanting the spike there.
Almost. 111 is so close to kill, but you can't mess up.
Can't mess up your DI now. 70%.
Oh, what a great DI. Just
Both
need
on
one
kill
straight hit.
percent.
That's all he needs.
Oh.
That's not enough. He falls out of it.
Nice drag down. Lancon resetting the bracket.
We have a bracket reset. Folks, we are going into another best of 3.
Can you believe it, guys? Bracket reset. Woo! Both now in losers. Oh my gosh.
All we need is 3 more wins. 3 more wins, folks. And we'll be crowning a new champion for Rivals of Aether Workshop here in Vortex Gallery. Vortex Gallery. Man, this it's hard to think when all this stuff is going on, you know?
It is online too.
Yep.
God. True finals. We're stepping into the true finals.
Bringing it back to Jules Vale. And Donnie definitely taking towards the sky and just maintaining that area. Dakota just not really wanting to chase after it either. Just wants to play the set that he wants to play. Staying more grounded.
This Donnie has been very scary for a lot of people.
Yeah. But it does not mean that he is untouchable. Like, Dakota has proven that he can take him to a 2-2 situation.
And Lancon did come from losers, so someone has made him blood before.
Yeah.
Ooh, both at 100% here.
Not enough to kill, not on Jules Vale. Scythe saves him though.
They're just like neck to neck in those percentages, and finally Dakota getting that kill.
It's a good charge, but he can't die with it.
Almost. Okay, you know, maybe he just died to his own bomb. It's fine. It's okay. We live.
Or recovery. Yeah, you hate to see it, especially in true finals. But yeah, plenty of chances to work back from this. Using that air movement to get out of their own, like, bomb's range after being parried. Good awareness on where that angle is going.
Using the enhanced bear there for some reason. Nice. Sending him off stage, 100%. Dakota getting stuffed in by that sight. Back air.
So good DI to be able to survive yet another day.
The bomb.
The psych out.
Oh, not having enough for the charge shot. Screwed up with a pair punish there.
Something just unlocked in Dakota. He's putting more layers into his offense.
Haunting now.
It's essentially 1-1 now. Like 187 on Donnie.
Up there, finally killing.
36%. We're pretty much tied up. Yeah, both players being way more careful now. Now they're on their last stop. The up airs to build just enough to get a little bit of an advantage. But racking up the damage. Donnie has always been known for being able to get a lot of hits in. Waits it out. Very clever.
Just punishing for their miss spacing there. Overall committal. Okay.
Just pixels away from that hitbox. Oh. But unfortunately, the Slayer of Stocks up strong, doing what it does best.
You know, I kind of miss Tornado, but I'm glad Donnie has it.
Yeah.
But you know, I think Dakota hears another turtle coming back. Orga, back on stage. Dakota realizing his mistake. Shouldn't have cheated on the Hurricane all along. Back at it again.
This time, taking it to treetops. Not a common stage to see, but definitely one that Torga can benefit from. Especially with all that like space over on the sides. Donnie can be able to recover from it, no problem, but at least it gives like Torga a little bit more room to work with.
It also feels really claustrophobic, like especially if you don't like being up close to your opponent. Like you do not want to be up on the stage.
Yeah, that's the only downside of fighting Donnie here, because there's nowhere you can escape all of this. Outside of being in such a risky situation.
Looking like a desync there almost.
Yeah. But fortunately we're still in it. Throwing out the bomb, he confirms off of it. That bomb's still coming down, parries it just in time.
And Dakota stock goes down as well.
The tornado. Torg is still using the air mobility to his advantage. And that tornado being able to counter the scythe just enough to be able to work around it. Missing air combos with that on. None of that matters at this point. At this point, all you need is just the rack of the damage you can get. The tornado's doing a good job.
Almost going for that drag down once again, but failing to do so. Oh, preventing Lancon from landing.
Almost.
Fair?
Being able to dodge out of it.
How many up air attempts did he
He's
get?
just trading hits. Torga is now in the lead by a good bit. If he could just wear down that health just enough, even with the stock going down, he can close his health very comfortably.
Looks like he's trying to do that right now. That was strong.
Missed the up strong by pixels.
I don't think Lancon was ready for that up strong either. Ooh.
102%. That is doable numbers for Torga. Even with the damage that Donnie brings out, that does not mean that Torga cannot deal with it. He just needs one good read. Almost got it.
Finally, that up strong.
Said it before and I'll say it again. Dakota knows how to deal with these kind of situations. It is now 1-2-1.
Seems like he has the character for the right situation.
Yeah.
Finally, going into Air Armada again. Or should I say Diamond Grove? Dakota, just switching characters. Torga and Bluey seems to be their best friends this time.
Yep. It seems to be the right characters for the job too. Torga more so now because Dakota being able to use that floatiness to help out get out of these like weird, wacky situations that Donnie puts you in. Lancon doing a good job dealing with it as well. Like this kind of like movement is not new to Lancon at this point. We are in true finals after all.
This is true. These two have already gotten
What a
set off of each other.
conversion! Just being able to adjust in that way. Using the shield to stall out the bomb. Very smart.
It's a lot of work for Dakota to keep switching between these characters too, just because having to switch between two different playstyles against the same opponent can screw you up a lot.
Yeah, especially if an opponent is as consistent as Lancon.
That bomb almost hitting
He's doing a
Lancon.
good job. What a kill!
Just to make
83.
sure.
The galaxy wasn't enough. He had to make sure. What a set. What an answer.
Remnants of Bluey showing up, you know. Charge shot's not good enough. Ooh,
Yeah,
nice
nah,
delay.
like, you need to be ultra dead. That is not enough. Not against Donnie. You gotta make sure he doesn't live from it.
This is what you get for taking a set off of me in grand finals, you know.
I think that's going to Dakota's head because he's going just.
Nice tech.
What a trade. Being able to trade and tech off of that. What good awareness.
Nice up air from Lancon.
He is very much in the lead. No matter what happens, he's going to get out of this. Like, Donnie has to fight his butt off to be able to like make up this, and he does not get the chance. True finals, 1-2 on Dakota's side.
Now it's Lancon's turn to make sure that he's on the board. Try to get a 2-2 out of the situation.
And it's very much likely.
Dakota.
Knowing Dakota, this momentum is very much going in his favor. He is
Set
riding
point.
that high.
This is set point for Dakota.
True finals and Rivals of Aether Workshop. It's when the hypest things happen. Going back on the Shuffle Knight stage, nice platforms to be able to deal with. You know, not too crazy of blast zones. The top blast zone is definitely something that both characters have to deal with. But it seems that Torga needing, these platforms to the workaround is very much something that he can't use in his favor, even though this is a tiny, like, counter pick.
He is so slippery.
He's keeping him out, just racking up whatever damage that he can.
Up air, not killing just yet. 124.
Not enough.
That up strong will though.
That kills, but again, this momentum is still very much there. Being able to get out of the parry frames by using the bomb instead to use for the parry. Very smart.
As I was about to say that Lancon finally found his rhythm, Dakota seems to be putting a stop into the momentum for building up.
And it's just being able to wait things out. Well, lifesteal gets a bit more resource. But Lancon is seemingly not caring. He's throwing his body into the face of danger.
Trying to play his own tempo, but not doing a good job here. Ooh, nice bear. Another one would have killed it.
To get out of the kill.
Oh, up air. One more is gonna do it. Ooh, nice punish from Dakota.
Spacing.
Stock from Lancon.
It's pretty much even, but as long as he can take this stock, it'll help out Torga in the long run. Even if anything happens on a trade and he dies from it, he has a bit more health to work with.
156. Nice.
46%. Not bad. Not bad for your last stock on game point.
Not only game point, this is tournament point.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Dakota seems to end it all here.
Lancon needs to be able to...
Got up strong!
Yo! Oh my goodness. Well, it looks like we have a champion on our hands.
Yes, Dakota has won this bracket.
In true finals, in the face of a bracket reset, Dakota comes back and takes what's his. We now have our Vortex,
champion.
Yeah, Vortex Gallery 2023 champion, Dakota with the Torga and Bluey. What a set.
That was an amazing set and an amazing tournament in general. Honestly, thank you again for being here with me, Sparks.
Yeah, it's great having it, being here as well. And I would also want to give a thank you for all the players that showed up in bracket. And you guys all came out, gave a good show, and that's what we need out here. We need more people out here flexing the skills of Workshop.
Yeah, and honestly, before thank you for all the viewers that we have here in the chat. Thank you for staying up with us. If you're an EST or CST, I know it's getting very late over here. But Spar, before we head off for the night, is there anything you would like to say to our viewers?
Well, first of all, thank you once again. You guys been a great crowd. Always love having, people around to entertain as well. But
you're natural, honestly.
Yeah, with a lot of practice. But yeah, no, if you guys are interested in Workshop, get in there, It's completely free to make your own character or even partake in these characters themselves. A lot of talents around here. And
you seen yourself, it's right here, Sprite Star. Got their character into the base cast, so you know what's possible out there.
Yeah, and if you want to support outside of supporting everybody that's working in Vortex Gallery and all the tournaments being running here, don't forget that there might be a lot of things happening for Rivals of Aether, with Dungeons of Aether just right around the horizon, and the Olympia plushies as well.
Get the Olympia plushies when you can on pre-order,
Yeah, so keep an eye out on that. As far as for me, you can check me out at my you can check, Ducky out and her at.
Yeah, you're on my channel right now.
Yep. So can't wait to see you guys, and can't wait to see what more Vortex Gallery has to show.
Yep, make sure you guys to check out the Vortex Gallery's website again, vortexgallery.moe, to see more tournaments. And honestly, thank you all so much for watching the stream. Hope you guys have a good night, and also congratulations for Dakota for winning. So thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Have a good night, everyone.
All right, good night.